What's going on, man? What's going on? It's your guy, man. I'm back. Um, Today, we're gonna talk about where do you start? Where did I start? Cause it's always a start. You gotta begin somewhere, man. No matter how small the step, you gotta start somewhere. Cause that's what we're gonna talk about today. Um, well, I'm gonna tell y'all where I started, and then we just gonna go from there. So the first thing that I did to get the weight off. Again, I was 386, boy, 386. So it was a big start, big step to start. So basically, where I started, I call it putting yourself on paper, and that's basically keeping track of what you're doing. You can use accountability apps, stuff like Noom. I use my Fitness Pal. I tried Noom before too. I ain't really like Noom though, so I do my Fitness Pal. Uh, I'm on there, and you can watch a later video on that or whatever. I'm gonna make a video about that too. But yeah, my fitness pal is pretty good. You can track your food. You can track your habits in there. Even down to the water. So it's a very good app. But I started by putting myself on paper. That's writing your habits down. Noticing stuff that you like, noticing stuff that you don't like, because it's mainly about cutting things out. It's not really about adding a lot of stuff. It's cutting things out that you need to worry about. So when you put yourself on paper, you can find out what your habits are, and then you can start to come up with a process to get things in order. So that's really where I started, man. You got to put the energy on paper. You got to write it down, and see what yourself is about. Learn yourself, because so often we listen to what people tell us about ourselves. We don't really learn ourselves. So you got to learn yourself, man. You really do. If you really want to make a big change like that, because it's a big change. Dropping 160 is a huge change, because, you know, make a list of three things. And, I make the list pretty short. I like to keep things simple, stupid simple. You know what I'm saying? So make a list of three of your biggest food issues. So, for me, it was drinking my calories, man. I'm gonna make a video about that later. But drinking calories, man, like it's real easy to drink a lot of calories, man. Like you knock down them Pepsis, and for me it was ginger ale, because I love ginger ale, boy. I'm telling you. So yeah, I consumed a lot of ginger ale, man. So it's like between that and then the fruit juices, and I like Sprite a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you drank a lot of calories. I was a Kool-Aid guy. That's a lot of sugar. You know what I'm saying? Man, like you drank a lot of calories, period. So that was one big thing for me. Snacking was a big one. Uh, like I like chips, Skittles. That's a big thing for your dog. I love Skittles. Um, Let me see what else. That's basically it for real. I don't really care for chocolate too much. But yeah, snacking was a big thing for me, and eating late. And that eating late stuff plays a huge part with dealing with GERD. And I mentioned that before. Like that's a huge part, because you're going to bed with all that food in your body, man. And your body doesn't have time to process everything that you've done in a day, and then you just lay down with it, and your body is trying to fight to clear your body, and like it's tough, man. So that's why I love intermittent fasting, because I go to bed empty most nights, and it allows my body to repair instead of trying to break down food, you know. But make a list of your three things, and I say start with the smallest thing first. You have others that say start with the biggest one first. It's up to you guys. I started with the small one because the way I see it, I believe in starting small, because you can gain momentum to get to the top. So for me, it was cutting out the drinks. Again, remember, it's not really about adding a lot of stuff. It's about cutting a lot of stuff out. So it's like, I cut out the drinks. I told you I was drinking at least two liters of ginger ale a day. Easy, easy. So it's like between, cutting that out and getting snacking under control. Once I did that, I felt like I could do anything as far as mental, because once you get the control of your hunger down, that's one of the main disciplines when it comes to human discipline. That's one of the main ones. When you can control your hunger, you can control anything. When you can control what you eat and when you eat, because like if you don't eat, you don't live, you die. So eating is something that you have to do. So if you can control what you eat and when you eat, you can do anything. So for me is once I got that under control, I was like, yeah, I can get the rest of this stuff under wraps, man. I can control. I got the cutting out the drinks and then the snacking. So next for me was what I was eating. Your boy was eating a lot of wings. You know what I mean? Big 20 pieces, huge, man. You know what I mean? Big stuff, man. That's why your boy was up there like that. So just large amounts of food, large amounts of drink, large amounts of snacks, little exercise, little physical activity. That's a bad recipe. And that's what was going on. So once I figured that out with the control of the drinks and the snacks, it's like I moved on to the foods. Then I moved on to when I was eating, how much I was eating. And then along with that, on the side, I was doing the physical activity as well. So everything began to click. And I'll break it down further in detail as we go on. Don't allow cheat days for the first month at least, because they say it takes 28 days to build a habit. Don't do the cheat day thing. And again, day of indulgence. You say cheat day, the psychology of it is, man, I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing. And that's not really going to be fun when you put yourself in that strict box. So don't do it. Don't call them cheat days. I mean, if you want to, you can. You do what you want to do. But for me, it was a day of indulgence. And I just, some days I went out with my guys. Some days I went out with the family. It's like, man, oh yeah, I'm eating today. Or I'm eating today. And, I ain't sticking to the script today. I'm eating today. I'm drinking today. Knocking them James back. I'm drinking today, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta have that fun, man. That sociability is part of human nature. Everything communicates. Plants talk to each other. You know, uh, bumblebees, uh, ants, tigers. Everything communicates. You know, so it's like as humans, we communicate as well. Being sociable is very important. So and I understand everyone can't be sociable. Some people are antisocial. That's just in their makeup, and that's fine. That's the way the world works. Anyhow, but yeah, no cheat days or days of indulgence. Therefore, for the first 30 days, keep yourself clean for a month so that way you can, get this stuff under control. So I say, really, it's gonna take you about, maybe about 3 months, man, before you like really grasp the mentality, because it's gonna take you a month to get that first habit. Because remember, I said three, your top three, a month apiece. You did. So it's gonna take you about 3 months to kind of, get the mentality of it down. So that's where you start. I said I was gonna tell you where to start. That's where you start. Remember, put yourself on paper. Putting yourself on paper means tracking your food, your drink intake. Um, and once I talk about the accountability app in a different video, we'll talk about how they list the macros in the app and how you can track your food. Now you don't have to be deadly accurate with the shit. You just have to track it to kind of keep a general gauge of what you're doing. So don't get intimidated by that. Because I know, you probably hear that. You probably like, man, T, I ain't trying to do all that, bro. It's cool. We're going to make it simple again. Stupid simple. But yeah, that's how we rocking. So put yourself on paper. That's your habits, your foods, why you eat, what times you eat. You got to learn this stuff about yourself. Uh, Number two is make that list. Make the list of three things that that bother you as far as food. Three things that's hard for you to shake. So list those and then attack those. You can go from top to bottom if you want. You can go from bottom to top. I say go from bottom to top. That way you can build the momentum from the foundation up. You do it how you want to do. It's up to you. And then the cheat days. No days of indulgence for 30 days, man. No days of indulgence. Build the habits first so you can control it. Don't worry about days of indulgence yet. You know what I mean? So just that's where you start. Again, that's where you start. Now, the physical activity of where to start, the physical portion of it, the physical fitness portion of it. So, uh, I suggest walking because when you up there in weight, obviously you can't be doing all this plyo stuff, man. You know what I mean? You can't be doing the Sean T routine and all that, man. When you up there in weight like that, man, you can't be jumping around and all that stuff like that. It's gonna be hard. I know. So basically, you start with low impact exercises. That stuff like I said, walking, riding a bike, the exercise bike, treadmill, stairmaster. Stairmaster is awesome. Jacob's ladder. Like you can do, anything you want to do. Really, as we go on, you gonna see the stuff I do, man. I create stuff. I put exercises together. Man, it's like 20 names for one exercise. Everybody create a name for exercises and stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I create routines for myself. You can do the same. Figure out how you want your body to look and set you up some routines, but start with low impact exercises. Do a lot of walking, exercise bike, Jacob's ladder, stairmaster, stuff like that, because that's good cardio. That's gonna get a lot of fat off your body, and once you start getting the fat off your body starts getting lighter. Then you can pick up with jogging and slight running, medium to high impact exercises like jumping jacks and um, with burpees. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like you can really start getting into it as your body starts to drop in weight. So that's another thing too, because once you start dropping in weight, you're gonna have to do more to start getting the weight off. So it works like that though, because as your body starts getting better, your mentality is gonna start to be, yeah, man, I want to push myself harder. Like it's beautiful how that stuff started to work, cause I'm telling you. But yeah. So do that. Start with low impact exercises. Change up the diet. Start cutting stuff out. Now, don't worry about adding a lot of stuff, man. You don't have to add a lot of stuff. I'm sure. Look, even when I was 386, man, it was some good stuff I was doing. It was just I was doing more bad than good. So I'm sure the same is somewhere. It's somewhere near similar for you guys. Basically, is what I'm saying. I know you guys are in a similar situation. So start there. Change it up, cut some stuff out, start small, go big, and think good things about yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. That's what it's about, baby. Keep getting better. It ain't a race. It ain't a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So let's get it. Be better today than you were yesterday. Peace and blessings. I'm out.